let's get started. I actually want to work some different options from Shin-to-Shin tonight. So let's warm up with the Shin-to-Shin to single X. So Brad's standing. So we'll go Shin-to-Shin here like this. We'll practice the entry as well. So fight the hands, distract them however you can, so as long as they're not grabbing your legs, because you want to be able to close the distance. We're going to shoot our leg to catch their foot so they can't step back. Then we're going to scoot in really close, try and get our shoulder to touch the around Brad's knee. Now it's really important when you get this that you don't give room for them to underhook like that. So we go back, make sure that's really tight. The other thing that's really important is you don't let their knee cut straight across like that, okay? So try and keep their knee actually towards the same shoulder that you've caught. Once we've got this, we just want to elevate Brad. So I'll often grab the collar or whatever I can just to help break his posture a bit. I'm going to fall onto my back and a little bit onto my side like this, okay? So it's not straight back, it's kind of back, side, and then I lift my foot and let his foot fall all the way into my armpit. Okay. Once we're there, lift your hips, and you want to pinch your knee and your heel together. This obviously is a great sweeping position. We won't even, actually, if you know the sweep, just from here, take them straight over and finish it. If not, just do the entry, okay? So we're not actually going to work single legs, it's just, you need to have the threat for this, for what we're going to show tonight to actually work, okay? So we're here, we've got distance, we're finding the grips, we're going to hook, come in and grab the knee, you can grab the collar if you want, or whatever you want really with your right hand. Sometimes I'll block the legs so that they can't step too close. And I'll fall to the side out onto my back, lift the leg up, turn it out, and then pull it into my armpit. Shoot my hips up as high as possible, and pinch my knees, like this, okay? Now we're single X, the foot's right in the armpit, we can do the sweep pretty easily. And come on top, okay? One more time. Alright, so we got that. 2 minutes each for a warm up. 3, 2, 1. People are going to do to try to stop that entry. Because that's nice, but once they get onto it, it becomes much more difficult. So Brad's trying to set the same setup on me. Usually as soon as someone reaches for the around my leg like that, first thing I do is I don't stand tall, because if I stand tall it's just really easy for him to do that same entry. And I don't want to lean away either, because it's just giving him a single leg to come up on. Okay, so what I'm usually going to do is I'm going to try to like step my foot back and my knee down like this. So kind of my weight wants to shift out towards my right and get Brad on his left hip. If you remember when we did this setup, Brad wants to fall to his right hip. That can elevate my foot. Yeah, when he falls to that side and he lifts that shin, you can get good elevation of my leg. But if I can drop down more onto like my weight to my right and keep him on his left hip, it's much harder for him to elevate my leg here, and I can potentially start to then like flick off the hook. This hook's not strong there, so often flicking like that. And if Brad does start to elevate me, what I can sort of do is I can put my feet reasonably close together. So if he tries to shoot through now, like, it's kind of hard for him to do that. He's actually just given me a chance to now go for a knee cut by doing that. Okay, so I'm going to get Brad to do the same posture, and we're actually going to work to one of my favorite moves at the moment, which is basically almost going for a double leg from seated guard, or from Shin-to-Shin. And it requires bringing their momentum forward, and then as they start to settle back, that's when I come up, okay? So we're going to go same entry. So if you like this, Brad's going to squat low and sort of like lean a little bit to the right like this, okay? So often when they do this, it will actually give you a little bit of access to grab this far leg, and I want this far leg to start to eliminate his ability to base when I start trying to come up. So if we just straight away from here, if I just try to go, I'm getting up, try to just release me, like he's gonna drive me back just about every time, okay? So I want this like brief moment where his weight's, I want to like play with his base a little bit, and it's gonna give me enough momentum to get up. Once there's a certain threshold, once I get up past that, I'll be able to finish. So if, for example, we were here, and I said, Brad, stop me getting up, now it's another story. So if I can get to that, past that point, I just need to buy myself enough time to be able to get to there, and then I'll be able to finish the takedown or sweep. Okay, so I'm holding the knee nice and tight. I'm going to grab his leg. I'm going to grab it. I want to pull my elbow tight because you don't want to give him like nice big open underhooks to take. So just grab the leg and like pull your elbow tight. It doesn't mean you can't underhook, but it's not going to be like super effective when I do that. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fall back. I'm going to lift. I'm going to try and push his legs together like this. And as he tries to like drop his weight back to stop me lifting through, so he's worried about the single X entry from here. As he starts to drop his weight back, I'm actually going to like flick my feet up and like push him away with it. So I'm going to make him like land a little further back. Like that, okay? And as I do that, I'm tucking my left leg, which is allowing me to roll over my shin. I can't do it with that momentum, but when we do it with momentum, I'm basically getting up to here. So if I can do it with that, Brad, I'm like falling back, and then I kick up and forward. As I come up, I'm tucking that to be able to roll over my shin. If you don't tuck your leg, it's all going to fail miserably. Okay? So here, Brad's defending, my elbow goes tight. I'm going to fall down, I'm going to lift up, forward, tuck, and then we just pull the legs together and get the double leg. Again, we're here. I've got my shin to shin. I grab the outside of this leg, I'm going to fall back, push him forward, get up, and come through. Sometimes they'll really force their weight this way, and you can do this weird sort of double leg. So sometimes like they'll go out there, and you can get to your knees out this way as well. Feel free to play with that. So let's try that first, and then we'll work another option when people are defending. Okay, 3, 2, 1, great. Probably another way to, I think people were all getting it in the end, but another way to explain it might be that, like, if his weight's on me, like here, like this, I'm not going to be able to get up. Just like get the same posture, but step back like half a minute. Same posture. Yeah, if he's here, like I should be able to do a very easy double leg. Does that make sense? So all I'm trying to do is like, he's here. I'm not going to be able to push him back, just like using my legs now. But if I can load him up, I can then like push his base back. Yeah. Once his base is back, the double legs. Quite easy. So effectively, I'm sort of like loading him up and then like extending him out, so he ends up landing like a bit further away, and that gives me room. I've got the legs already. I just need the room to get up and finish.
Do you ever put, when you're doing the rocking motion, do you ever put your shoulders to the ground? Like, do you ever rock? So do you like?
Maybe, but I'll probably be more like it's usually a bit before that. Like I want to keep my like curled spine for this, yeah. I don't want to go like that because now when I try and get up, it's too difficult. I could be like this maybe, and like trying to lift and trying to get single X, and if he really fights off that, I can potentially do the same.
Do you even do it with the outside grip? It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, you can grab the pants as well. So that's probably, sometimes I will change depending on what I'm feeling, but sometimes like that, sometimes it's like this. Okay, so let's just make it so this time Brad does the same posture again. I elevate him, but this time maybe this time he doesn't like try to drop his weight back. He more just tries to float here, which people will do sometimes. And if doing this, I'm not going to be able to just do a double leg because his weight's forward and he's happy to be forward. Okay. At the same time, I can't just do my, like now that I've sort of fallen back here like this, I can't just do the one we did at the start to get to single X. I do have to do a slightly different way of entering. Okay. So I'm going to try to like make a little bit of an angle because if I'm straight on here, it's not too, I don't have too much leverage. So my right hand's going to reach to this armpit. I'm going to try and take my head out to the side and turn myself pretty much 90 degrees here, okay? From there, keep hiding this, like just make it difficult. So I want to like lift and straighten my left leg. So now, if I let him drop down and his hips sag down, I should have a room to put the foot over the top. Does that make sense? So instead of keeping this hook, I'm actually going to lift, straighten my leg, and then bend him down through that, push away, and get room to make the hook. Okay. I actually want to stop. Like I want to like grab for this one. Try and grab like around the mid shin and try and keep that foot from touching the ground too easily. Because if he's onto it, if he posts his foot out here, he might then jump back for a knee cut. So jump back to. That might be, especially if he gets this grip around here. Knee cut this way. Yeah. Okay. But if I'm holding that leg well, go back. So when I get to here, like if I don't let him put that foot on the ground, he won't get momentum to redirect back that way. Okay. So we're gonna like lift up, straighten our leg, and then drop through into single X here. Okay. I won't go over sweeps. Let's just assume that if you get here, you've done a good job. Okay. Let's do that once more. You get one. Yeah, Brad crowds me, and he starts to float. Okay. And I can't do my normal entry. Reach underneath the armpit, turn 90 degrees, lift, and then like straighten your leg and then drop them back in. Get your foot on the hip. From here, we're ready to go. Finish our sweep. Time. Yeah. We get to here. I'm gonna bring Brad forward. I tried to do the last one, but he stays forward. Lock, turn, lift, and pull through. Yeah. Ready to go. Do that sweep. Alright. Have a go at that. 3, 2, 1.